So I came across this picture on Pinterest of a dungeon crawler concept in Minecraft, which made me think, can you build a working dungeon in survival? And yes, you can. So today I'll build a 100% working dungeon crawler with redstone, puzzle rooms, loot, different mob levels and obviously a boss fight. All without creative in my hardcore world. And before you ask, yes, I will make a download for this dungeon if we reach, let's say 20k likes. So make sure to hit the like button so you get to try this dungeon too. Alright, every big project starts with choosing the right location. I think right here should work. So let's make a flat surface first, because I need to build the dungeon's floor at least 2 blocks above the surface, so we have a clean area to build all the redstone later. Now I've built circles, squares and hexagons before, and to add a bit of challenge to this build, I decided to make the dungeon an octagon, which itself was no problem to build, but later on in finding a working layout and decorating the whole dungeon. But now, while I still flatten the area, let me tell you about the 5-step plan of this video. Now step 1 is the preparation I'm doing right now. Step 2 is all about finding the right layout for the dungeon. This is crucial to make the dungeon actually work in the end. Step 3 is where the redstone comes in, since with the layout done comes all the door locations. Step 4 is what took the longest, decorating. And in step 5, I put all the loot and mobs into the dungeon to make it challenging. So let's quickly finish step 1. Ooh, alright. I haven't mined sand for quite a while, because I totally underestimated how long this will take. I just spent 2 hours mining sand, and now we gotta get tons of stone bricks, because we will need to fill in this hole with stone bricks. We need the foundation of the dungeon, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's definitely not enough. So let's grab that. We have the rockets with us. Okay, time to go back home, which I forgot which direction I have to go. And I'm pretty sure I've used all my stone, which yeah, I did. So let's just go to our cobblestone generator, like that, push that. And now I'ma just grab all that cobblestone and put all that into the super smelter. Okay, it's full, wait. That should do. And let's also go and grab coal from this farm. Turn all that into coal blocks and into the super smelter. And while the super smelter is doing its thing, I think I'ma also go turn that off for now and mine some stone manually. I spent quite a while farming stone and also managed to break 2 pickaxes while doing so. Luckily, none of them were my netherite one. So after grabbing a bunch of shulker boxes full of stone, as well as even more from smelting cobblestone, I flew back to the project and repaired my stuff on the way. Just to realize on arrival, I still need to light up the area below the dungeon, so back to the Guardian farm I went, crafted some sea lanterns and lit up the area before finally building the dungeon's floor. Oh boy, I totally underestimated how big this is. It just took 6 full shulker boxes just to make the base plate of this dungeon. And I don't even build the walls yet. But yeah, speaking of walls, we gotta build the layout now. And then make it 9 blocks tall. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah, let's quickly do that. Now, like I said already, the layout is the most crucial thing about the dungeon to make it work in the end. So I obviously built the basic dungeon in a creative world first, so I won't waste any time figuring out a working layout in survival. Alright, and just like that we have the layout set. We just have to make it 9 blocks tall, and you've probably also saw that there is something like a double wall in the center room right here, which is basically just to make this room weatherproof, since obviously we need a boss for a dungeon, and fighting a warden in a room this big, yeah, it's just impossible. And to make the wither not destroy the whole dungeon, we need to surround the boss room in obsidian. So let's just quickly head home and get some of that. Actually, let's also get some coordinates so we can make another portal to travel faster to the project. Coordinates should be right here. Let's hope this works. Nice. Now we just need to fill in this with obsidian. Obviously not forget about below. Even though I already spent a couple pickaxes mining stone, I ran out of it at some point. But the smelter has already filled up the storage again, and I AFK farmed some more, breaking another pickaxe in the process. But eventually I had enough stone to finish the walls. Alright, and just like that we have all the walls done. Oh. But now I need to grab some colored wool to mark like where the main path is. So I exactly know how to do all the redstone to make this dungeon actually work. So let me just quickly head back home. See ya. And right here we should get all the wool we need. And what about our redstone supply? Oh, that's not good. Guess we gotta AFK the raid farm to get some redstone. But let's first use some of the wool to mark the main road. There we go. The red room marks the correct way to the boss room. And now we just need to figure out where I will put doors, which got to be unlocked. So, for example, we start right here. Usually the main road goes right there. But let's just say to unlock this door, you have to flick a lever in this room. But there's a door right here too. And to unlock this door, you have to go into this room. And to unlock this door, you then have to go into this room. I think that makes it easier to understand. Okay, let's repeat that one more. If you want to unlock this door, you have to get into this door. But to get into this door, you have to get to this room, which doesn't have any door. And that's what I will do for the whole dungeon now. And then we can start building the redstone. Alright. Time to get some redstone. Let's go. I AFK'd for about 30 minutes when I once again had to prove all my luck. See, this farm is not 100% Vex proof, so I usually stay in front of my PC, chilling on my phone and talking with friends on Discord. But just as I decide to go to the bathroom, Vexes spawned. And they even popped my totem. I don't remember how close it was since I wasn't recording with OBS, but I just came back in time to not die. Funny thing is, there was a bunch of redstone in the storage left from earlier AFK sessions, so I didn't even have to AFK the farm. So after this close call, I crafted a bunch of different redstone stuff and went back to the project. Alright, we got a bunch of redstone stuff. Let's just start figuring out making the first door. Wait, we actually need some gravity blocks too. Alright, let's just use sand for this. Alright, we got the first door right here, which can be unlocked over here. So this one has to be unlocked first, I think. First of all, we need a piston right here, like that, which actually has to be activated. And now we need... And if we now click this lever, this piston should be down. Yeah, which it is. Okay. And if we now add signs onto this extended piston, add the sand on top of the signs, like that. Obviously, these doors will get decorated as well. If we now flick this lever, the door is opening. You now know the basic principle of how the dungeon works. And obviously I didn't use levers only to unlock the doors. Even with the limited redstone knowledge I have, I created different puzzles to unlock the doors. I won't show you how any of them work right now, but at the end of the video there will be a dungeon playthrough. 2 hours later, and with all the redstone done, it was time to start making the rooms look like actual rooms. Now I almost lost my sanity decorating all the walls with just stone bricks, slabs and stairs. It took me 4 hours to make the walls not look flat and make the rooms look like actual rooms. But the hardest part of all was definitely trying to make every room a little different. I didn't want every room to look the same, but eventually I was done. I never thought this would take this long, but 4 hours later placing only stone bricks, and I've got at least the walls decorated. But oh boy, this still looks a bit plain, so we're gonna add some cracked bricks as well as mossy bricks to this dungeon, which will probably take another 2 to 3 hours, so yeah, let's quickly head back home. And the stone should be done smelting. Let's first turn all that into some bricks, because I think there's no way turning them, there's no way turning them into cracked bricks with the stone cutter. We have to put them into the smelter actually. Let's make a few more, which we're going to turn into mossy. Do we have moss blocks? We do. Definitely need more though. So with some bone meal, I went to get some more moss to craft the mossy stone bricks. Half an hour later, and I had about a shulker box each, and also decided to make some mossy cobble for decoration, before I went back to the project and start the painful work of replacing stone bricks. 2 hours of work for a barely noticeable difference. Well, at least from above. When walking through the dungeon, you can see the difference. I'll let you decide if it was worth the 2 hours or not. Alright, it is now Monday. I've been on a party over the weekend, which is probably why my voice is still a little rough, but I don't care. Anyways, today's mission is to probably spend another 4 hours decorating this whole dungeon. At least decorating the whole dungeon is some work with a little more variety than just placing stone bricks for 4 hours straight. So yeah, let's quickly head back home and grab a bunch of materials to decorate the dungeon with. And I'm talking bookshelves, screws, torches, lanterns, leather, wool for carpet.
We don't care.
Alright, final stretch of building the actual dungeon. Starting with 2 chests at the dungeon's entrance, where you get the loot to start the dungeon with, since obviously you need at least a sword to start the dungeon. And I totally underestimated how long this will take. I once again had to come up with many different ideas to make not every room look the same. It took another 4 hours. And when I ran out of ideas, I made the final part of the dungeon a little desert themed, since overall this dungeon is in the desert. Now I won't show any details or much of the building process here, I don't wanna spoil, but here are some of my favorite rooms. Alright, the final thing we need to do is to add in all the doors, for which we need some gravity blocks. And I think grey concrete powder fits the most, or maybe even light grey. But do we have the color for that? Oh, we do have light grey, and we do have grey as well. But do we have gravel? Yeah, we don't. I think I prefer the dark grey. Alright, and just like that, all the walls, all the doors are done. And as always, I made way too many concrete powder, which means we can now add all the mobs and loot into the dungeon. And to make them not despawn, we need, you guessed it, name tags. So let's grab some emeralds from our raid farm and give our void trading friends a quick visit. Yeah, he's got a point. Anyways, give me them name tags. Alright, I probably got a little carried away. Void trading is just a great thing, but I don't think I will put that many mobs in the dungeon. Now we also need to make all the loot for the dungeon, but I actually think I might just use all these gears. And once again made way too many shulker boxes. Now the plan to get the mobs into the dungeon is by building a mob farm above the dungeon with a mob collection area below, from which I can then grab the mobs with minecarts and bring them to a dispenser where they will get their helmet, because that way I not only save them from burning when working in daylight, but also I only get mobs which are able to pick up items, which is exactly what I want. So I just built a platform above the dungeon with the mob collection area, some water and rails, and the most simple mob farm above. Just an AFK spot missing, and it's not working. Don't ask me why, but the mobs inside the mob farm, for some reason, didn't wanna move at all. They were absolutely stuck in place. So I just teared down the mob farm and built a better one. Alright, this should work now. So after I got back down from the AFK spot of the new mob farm, this happened. As soon as the skeletons saw me, they shot arrows, but instead of hitting me, they hit the creepers. And I forgot to turn on the water again, so we got some damage. This situation made me remember that a bow would be quite handy handling all the mobs. But I lost my bow. So I made a new one and used my most over-the-top enchantment table to enchant it. It feels like I've done this before. Anyways, but with the new bow now, I could finally start getting my first zombies. You wanna know why this video took so long? This is why. Never would I thought that this process is that time consuming. And for some reason, the zombie spawn rate was absurdly low. I mean, look at that. There's just one single zombie in there. Maybe it's because we're in a desert and they usually only spawn husks, not zombies, but it took forever to get a bunch of zombies. Now to exactly know where to put all the mobs, I did a little bit of planning first, dividing the dungeon into 4 sections with different mob levels, because I'd rather make the dungeon a little too hard instead of too easy. Section 1 will only be regular zombies with the iron helmet and the wooden sword. In section 2, all the zombies will have full iron armor and iron swords. In section 3, they will get half iron and half diamond armor, and in the final section, there will mostly be skeletons wearing full diamond. So let's get some rails going and bring the zombies into the dungeon.
Hello there. Huh? Oh no!
Alright, first section done. Let's get some iron armor on that, guys. Another section done. Time for some diamond armor. Halfway through the third section, I had to make a really bad discovery. The zombies are dying. So after a quick research, I found out helmets use durability at daytime when worn by a zombie. So before continuing, I actually decided to close off the dungeon's roof, losing almost all zombies in the process. At least I managed to save all the diamond gear I've already used. So another 2 hours getting zombies later, and I could repeat the process of getting the zombies into the dungeon. Ooh, alright, now finally all the zombies are in place. Just need to add the skeletons. But luckily these guys are nowhere near as absurdly rare as the zombies are in the desert. Tons. Here we go. And AFK we go. That was a pretty smooth landing. Alright, just to make this clear for you, I've been up there for what, about 30 seconds, and look at the amount of skeletons we've got. And there's not a single zombie in there. So now you know how long I've been doing this to get all the zombies. Yeah. Anyways, let's get the skeletons. Wait, do they even wear helmets? Aha. Wait, why are they all here? How did they end up? I didn't place any. Okay, what? I'm so confused. Now the skeletons turned out to be way more annoying because, well, they have bows.
Yeah, no Sherlock.
So I brought them one at a time and not collecting like 20 skeletons first. But surely, still not without any trouble.
Oh not good.
Okay, luckily there was only one section of the dungeon I wanted to put skeletons in, so this didn't take anywhere near as long as the zombies. Just that guy. Yeah, he took a little longer than the other ones. Phew. I'm finally done putting all the mobs inside the dungeon. Never would I ever thought that this will take this long. It was a painful process, but yeah, I am done. I am finally done. Now it's time to clean up things. I mean, look at all the shulker boxes we have right here. And obviously, we don't want the giant mob farm above our dungeon. So let's just quickly get rid of this by using the power of editing. So let's get into this corner and boom. Wait, I should probably wait for daytime. And boom, there we go. That's cleaned up. Alright, so let's just quickly finish the boss room. Starting by building a dome on top to make the boss room a little more impressive. And obviously making it weatherproof by adding obsidian on top. Before heading inside and adding some big pillars on the walls and ceiling. Overall trying to make the boss room stand out a little more after walking through the whole dungeon. I think I'll pause right here and reveal the final boss room at the end of the video. Alright, the dungeon and its function is now finally complete. The only thing left to do is to make it actually look good from the outside too, because that thing is hella ugly. So just like I already did at the entrance right here, I'ma just go around and add some pillars, some stairs, some walls, and slabs. And on the roof, I think I'ma rebuild the desert. Yep, that's the plan. So let's go. Covering the obsidian ball in stone wasn't the best idea. It somehow turned out really bad. But after adding some dunes and sand on top, it somehow turned out, let's say, okay. Just fixing all the terrain spots where the dungeon is flying before doing what marks the end of every big project. Cleaning up the project's shulker boxes. Alright, time to actually play the dungeon. Now you can either watch this part or skip it if you don't want to get spoiled, but I would recommend watching at least the boss fight. So yeah, let's just put our items into this chest. Let's not forget about our armor. And yep, I'm also putting the totem inside. Let's get our loot. Got some food, stone sword and a helmet. Let's hope to not die, because otherwise I have to start a new hardcore season. Which I wouldn't mind either, to be honest. And now let's go. Wait, I forgot about the shaders. Alright, first part of the dungeon. Just some easy zombies. Okay, we only have 7 carrots. Oh, hey buddy. There we go. Through the library. Okay. Okay, okay. Oh, you dead. That's it. 6 levers in this room without any indication on which combination is correct. I'm just gonna say it's 2 levers. You gotta find out the correct combination for yourself. But now it's time to fight the boss. And that's it. The Wither didn't even make anywhere near as much damage as I was thinking he would. The obsidian was absolutely unnecessary. Once again, if you wanna play this dungeon for yourself, make sure to hit the like button. I'll put the download link in the description once we reach 20k likes. I would never recommend doing this too, except in creative. This took way too long and was absolutely painful. German Potato, over and out. Bye bye.